Today, and today's topic is not a fun one, but it's something that if you serve as an executive director or a board chair or someone in the leadership realm of a nonprofit, you are probably going to find yourself in this situation, and it's how to let someone go. And we've talked a little bit about blessing and releasing volunteers, but this is specific to staff in the nonprofit world. There are two different situations that relate to letting someone go. One might be a firing situation, and that could be, we're sorry, your employee, you have not performed at the level we need, you're being fired. Or there's laying off, which means we don't have the resources to pay you, we are not planning on filling your position immediately, but either firing or laying off, you're letting someone go. So a few things to remember when this happens. One, North Carolina is a fire at will state, so you could technically fire someone and let them go, but that's not always best practice. If you have not established clear guidelines for the performance and the ethics and everything you expect to see for your staff, you can't realistically just walk in and say, you know what, you haven't been performing at the level we'd like, see you later. So make sure you have the following things in place. One, you want to have a clear job description, and you want to review it every 6 months to a year and say, is this applicable, yes or no? Make sure that staff member signs the job description saying they understand their duties and what's expected of them. Number two, you want to make sure that you have established very clear measurements for their evaluations. So if it's a program staff, are they expected to increase the number of participants? Are they expected to help raise the dollars to run the program? What are the measurable goals or objectives, outcomes that you expect those staff members to bring about? And make sure that's in writing, they understand it, and that you're getting regular status reports. So if I know as a program staff that I'm supposed to be increasing my participation by 10% each year, and I am giving regular reports and see that I'm falling short, it would not be a surprise to get called in for a performance review or to modify some of those goals or objectives if it's necessary. The next thing you're going to want to see is if there are negative reports on a staff member, then make sure that you get those in writing. You might have a verbal warning, you might have something in writing, but make sure that everything you do as it relates to staff is in writing. If you're in a layoff situation, hopefully your organization is evaluating the budget, evaluating when grant dollars expire, and how that will impact your staff positions. If this is happening, do the right thing and let your staff know in advance, hey, the grant dollars that fund your position are due to expire in September or October, and we realistically do not have the revenue streams to maintain your position after that point. A verbal conversation is important, but you need to follow it up in writing and let that staff person know what to expect. If you expect them to finish out until that final month, let them know. If you're going to be offering a severance package, let them know in writing. Many nonprofits don't pay into unemployment unless there is a claim filed against them. So you may say, well, wait a second, if we lay this person off, we're relieving ourselves of the financial duties. But in some states, in some areas, and for your organization, that staff member might go and apply for unemployment. You need to make sure they know their rights and you know what to expect. So once again, in writing, let the staff member know what to expect and give them a decent notice. 30 days is not a decent notice. Even 60 days is not a decent notice. If you can at least give staff members 3 to 6 months notice and say your position ends in this time, it gives them time to wrap up their personal affairs, put a notice in the places they need to do so, and begin searching for a new job. This will save your staff much needed, the stress of having to move forward, and it can also reduce the potential of you having to pay unemployment for someone that you laid off in a sad situation. So keep your staff in mind, do the right thing by your staff and the community. Hope these helpful tips are great for today.